I'm Jim Longworth, and welcome back to our 10th anniversary special. During our first 10 years here at Triad today, a number of Piedmont personalities appeared on the program, and all of them shared a commitment to public service and a desire to educate us about important matters. Here are a few highlights. Perhaps they've seen you on the air, but they haven't caught some of your segments that you do about adoption. Why are you such an advocate for this?
I'm just passionate about this because I was adopted as a young child, and I just wish that every child in North Carolina, or America for that matter, could have the safe and loving home that I had, because all children deserve that.
These kids could not go to a regular camp,
Right.
So the hospital is the main focus. The kids come in, they go to the hospital, they take their records and their medicines and all this stuff. Then you take them to the cabins, but then we like everything else. You know, you got a theater, you got a gym, you got a cafeteria, you got a swimming hole, you got arts and crafts, you know, a bunch of other different things. So it's like a Disney World deal.
Now, what about Kimberly's toy drive?
Kimberly's Kids.
Yeah.
We did that for several years. It's now called the WXII 12 Toy Drive. But
Right.
that was just near and dear to my heart because when I was a kid, my dad took us into a really poor section of town and we took toys to a family. And that's really what that came out of, because I remembered how good that made me feel as a kid and how wonderful it was just to see somebody so excited to get toys.
I know you do a lot with the Salvation Army.
You know what? The thing of it is it all helps our viewers. And our viewers do so much for us, we like to be able to give back. And I know that sounds like cliche, they
Right.
do so much,
Right.
but truly our paycheck comes from people who watch us.
Right.
And we realize that. And then there's also, to borrow from the Salvation Army, the greater good.
Yeah.
There's no better feeling than the feeling you get when you know that you truly are helping someone and making a difference in someone's life.
You made a statement. You said that it helped you, having cancer helped you figure out who you were. What did that mean?
Well, you know how you think being on TV and your job and all the things that you do, you think that those are important and they really aren't. So I think that's what I probably meant about it. I realized that my family was important, my daughter's important, my husband's important, my relationships with people.
Can I plug one more thing?
Yes.
For the benefit of the expansion campaign of the Ronald McDonald House, we have a CD coming out now with 25 Carolina moments done in the feature style, and you can go to woodyremembers.com and it'll tell you how you can order that.
What a great cause. There was a debate years ago about how some of the athletic directors in predominantly black schools were saying, look, we don't get a fair shake because the Duke and Wake Forest and NC State, they'll grab up the good black talent. Was that a problem back then? Is it still a problem?
It's a bigger problem now because, first of all, you know as well as I do, and everybody else does too, that kids are going to where the spoils are.
There's hundreds of millions of dollars in construction projects here at home are going to Chinese companies using Chinese workers from overseas. Very quickly, what does Obama do about this?
These jobs, if it's American money, especially from the government, needs to be going to American workers, American steel, American materials, period.
Well, guys, we're back, of course, here on the Triad Today Roundtable, and we saw a lot of clips just now of Piedmont personalities, TV folks, sports folks, and others, all involved in some kind of community service. And the last clip, of course, was from our late friend, Rich Brenner, who gave a lot of community service. We have about a minute and a half. Let's go down the row here and just talk about Rich for a second. Ogie?
You know, it's hard to walk in here, even now, Jim, without thinking of Rich sitting there on the end. I tell you, and it's no great secret that Rich and I were on opposite ends of the political spectrum. But, you know, after this show, we could go tooth and nail here on the air, and then we could go outside and chat for 20 minutes about sports or anything under the sun.
Yeah.
And he loved this community so much.
He
loved
did.
the family guy.
And he knew a lot of things, too.
Knew a lot.
Keith?
Well, what I liked about Rich is that he was compassionate about what he believed in. And that's what it was about. You know, nobody's going to be the same, have the same views, but he was passionate about it. You know, when you have people who are passionate about something, whether they're passionate and fair about it is two different things. He was passionate and he believed in it, but like Ogie said, after you talked to him about your differences, he still didn't hold it personal. It wasn't a personal attack. It was just his views, and I really miss him. He had an oversized personality, and he truly loved this community.
And he loved doing this show, too, because it gave him a chance to really shine and give his opinions and argue with Keith and Ogie.
That's right.
Especially. BJ?
Yeah.
You know, I was thinking of a word that I could use to describe Rich, and there's only one, that's patriot.
I mean, the man, I think he would be appreciative of that also. I mean, he did have a lot of passion and compassion, not only for passion for his beliefs, but also compassion for the people of this country and the people he worked with and for, and especially his family. And his bride, Judy, I mean, she's a fantastic person, and his whole family is.
Well, we do. We miss him a lot, and I just thought it was appropriate that we take a moment to think about what he meant to us. So we will continue with our 10th anniversary special right after this.